Clip is on Trump trying to spin that bullshit that he pulled the other night with Chris Matthews, where he stated that women need to face a penalty, potentially fine, jail time, whatever, but he basically wanted to place a penalty on women having abortions. And then he turned around, didn't issue not one but two later blast trying to clean it up. And now he's back today and he's going to try to spin this shit, but he's full of shit. I saw the particular clip when he said that stuff, and I got it. Chris Matthews basically, he pressed him, and Trump was not as nimble on his feet as he is supposed to be, because all he had to say was he doesn't deal in hypotheticals. Right now the law of the land is Roe v. Wade, and until that changes, he does not have to consider anything, and he could have gotten away from it. And as many times as Chris asked him that question, he could have just fallen back on that, I don't deal in hypotheticals. But no, Chris caught him, and now this shit turned into a firestorm.
Check on that for us.
Meanwhile, yesterday, all eyes were on Trump to see how he would react to getting nearly universally attacked for his comment that women should be punished who have abortions if the procedure is outlawed. Trump told the New York Times, if you answer one question inartfully or incorrectly in some form, or you misunderstood it or you misspoke, it ends up being the big story. That doesn't happen with other people. And in a separate interview with Fox News, Trump suggested his comments were being taken out of context.
You really had to hear the whole thing. I mean, this was a long, convoluted question. This was a long discussion, and they just cut it out. And frankly, it was really convoluted. And if, in fact, abortion was outlawed, the person performing the abortion, the doctor or whoever it may be, that's really doing the act or is responsible for the act, not the woman is responsible. So that's the way I've always felt. I've had the same stance exactly as Ronald Reagan. I mean, I've had it, and I've had it from the beginning. This was a very long, convoluted discussion, which frankly they don't run on television because it was too long.
By the way, MSNBC says in a statement, the town hall interview with Donald Trump was taped in advance and then aired in its entirety. Absolutely no part of the exchange between Trump and Chris Matthews was edited out.
And by the way, there was a PPP poll, Alex tells me, that came out yesterday that had Ted Cruz at 38% and Donald Trump at 37%.
All right.
But right now, from the reporting, most people, Mark Halperin yesterday and a lot of others feel like there is a separation between Cruz and Trump right now.
Well,
okay, anyway, this is just another example of him not being able to think on his feet, because when they asked him that question about George Duke and the KKK, he fumbled that one and didn't get that cleaned up for a couple of days, and now he's fumbled this issue about penalizing women, prosecuting women who have abortions. So he's fumbled that one. I guess his team jumped in there real quick when they saw what was going down and had him issue statements, and now he just issued this phony statement. But I'll fall back on, if that's the way you always thought, then why didn't you just say that instead of saying what you said? Donald Trump is full of shit. Now he's gonna lose in Wisconsin, but when he gets to New York, people, Kasich is a loser, so he shouldn't even be in the equation. But New Yorkers can't stand Ted Cruz, so he's probably going to end up winning New York.